Good morning, I'm Nivareti Manu, and this is your morning news fix for Monday, 20th of April. In this update, thunderstorms and flooding have hit Wellington City this morning. There have been reports of flooding in homes and on streets. The Kaikoura coast remains under a heavy rain warning, and local states of emergency remain in effect in Whanganui District and Ohura Ward in the Ruapehu District, where people were forced to evacuate due to severe weather yesterday. New Zealand and India will sign a long-awaited free trade agreement next week. Trade Minister Todd McClay says the deal will be signed in New Delhi on April 27, opening access to India's fast-growing economy and population of 1.4 billion. It will cut or remove tariffs on 95% of New Zealand exports, with more than half becoming duty-free immediately, including lamb, wool and forestry. McClay says the deal could deliver tens of millions of dollars in additional exports. Iran has reportedly rejected a second round of talks with the US, with a ceasefire set to expire on Wednesday. US President Donald Trump says his representatives will return to Pakistan for peace talks. However, Iranian state media reports Iran will not take part in another round of talks, labelling the US's demands as excessive. A political commentator says the latest poll shows the National Party has its work cut out for it. The latest One News variant poll has Labour climbing 5 points to 37% and National dropping 4 points to 30%. The results show the coalition government would be knocked out of power. When it comes to preferred Prime Minister, Labour's Chris Hipkins is on 19%, while National's Chris Luxon is on 16%. PR consultant Ben Thomas says despite rumours in past weeks, Luxon is still likely to remain party leader. He says there's no natural successor, with Chris Bishop at only 2% in the preferred Prime Minister rating. A shock for Hastings after the death of 3 people early yesterday morning. One person was found dead at the scene on Avenue Road East. 2 people died later in hospital and a 4th person remains in a serious condition. A homicide investigation is now underway, and Mayor Wendy Sholem says the best thing they can do is come together and support one another. The cost of school uniforms is keeping some secondary students out of the classroom. A University of Otago study analysed 3 Wellington schools and found 1 in 5 families struggle to afford uniforms, with some forced to rely on loans. It found some students have missed school due to not having the full uniform. Study lead Johanna Reedy says uniforms are still supported, but their purpose is being weakened by rising costs. In sport, the New Zealand women have won the first of 3 stops on the Championship 7 series, beating Australia 19-14 in the decider at Hong Kong. Hosts Manchester City have defeated Arsenal 2-1 in a match which could go some way to deciding the Premier League football season. Brock Feeney has jumped to the top of the Supercars ladder and lifted the Jason Richards Trophy after 2 weekends of racing in New Zealand. And the Tactics have beaten the Pulse 53-48 in netball's ANZ Premiership. I'm Nivareti Manu, that's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.